Hi, Skip here again. Again, this is a part of a series. The series will ultimately be found on my website. There are several of them already mounted on my website. There'll be information as to how do you get there. The purpose of this is that 10,000 foot overview of marketing and affiliate marketing and the things you need to know in order to be effective in this arena. So many people start out and so many people fail because they don't have an overall feel for what they need and the elements involved. This is just an educational piece. It's not necessarily where we drill down to all the details as to how do you put these elements together. But it is an awareness of what you need ultimately to have in place and your understanding or perspective in order to make it work. So much of marketing is mental. So much of marketing is your own personal commitment, your passion, your general understanding, and whether or not you know what you're doing. People will buy into you as a brand if they trust that you know what you're doing, that you're a good, credible source. So this is all that stuff that adds to your education, overall understanding the marketplace you're in, and then being able to reach out and help other people do the same. To me, the great reward is the ability to assist others and to make a difference in the space. It's not just about money. Money's important and all that, I recognize that, but it's about end results and lifestyle and having choice in life. And so that's really what this is all about at the end of the day. So that's that being said, let's launch into this step. Now each step I take in here is not going to be a long detailed thing. I'll try to keep the videos all under 10 minutes. So having said that, buying motive. There are certain things that don't change over the years, and as long as I've been in sales and marketing, which is a long time, longer than a lot of the viewers of this video have been alive in reality, there are certain buyer motives that never change. Custom change, cultures change, systems of delivery change, but there's fundamental buyer motives that never change. People buy end results. If you can provide somebody what they need when they express what they want, it's a winner. Products become solutions. You don't sell products, you sell end results. And so if you know that people are seeking end results and you understand that general profile and how you target that, that's what puts you on track. And so understanding the buying motives, it's like when you go to the grocery store and you have all those products as you enter the checkout stand, there's all those impulse items. Well, those impulse items are not there randomly, and they happen to be there because there's certain things that trigger the buying motives of customers. And once they're already in a buying state, for example, have you ever gone into a store and you're looking for a particular item, and if you don't find it, you leave, you don't buy anything else. But if you do find it, you buy a bunch of other stuff also. You ever notice how that happens? People get into this system of buying where you create an atmosphere that is open, and then you reach out to that target market. So buying motives of people is really important to understand, again, that they're looking for results. They're looking for price points that are certain or comfortable. We'll talk more about that later. But there's certain characteristics that your customers, your target market are going to have. So it's going to be to recognize what those are. Again, there's a lot on this subject of how you identify your target market. And you really have to be specific when you get into keywords and long tail keyword phrases and all that kind of thing and how you use them. So the next thing we're going to talk about is demographics, because demographics are so important. Demographics have to do with the age of your customers, your target profile. It has to do with economics, income. There's a certain income range that, depending on your product niche, there are certain income ranges that are really important in identifying where you're going to do the most business. And again, this is in relationship to the actual product, the niche and the product within the niche that ends up being an important factor. But the demographics are important. So age range, ability to pay. There's some people who are, for example, I do an awful lot of marketing in the affiliate marketing opportunity area. Well, not everybody's looking for a change. I'm looking for people who have expressed a specific interest. And generally speaking, it's going to be a certain age range that's going to fit within that. And it's a fairly broad range. I would say between the mid-20s and somewhere around 50 to 60 range. And oddly enough, right now, what we're doing in affiliate marketing is great for baby boomers, 76 million baby boomers that are looking for a change and different lifestyles and whatnot. So it's a great demographic to look at. So anyway, demographics are going to be important. Regional variables. There's certain parts of the country that will lean in a certain area. In the Midwest, there's going to be a lot of farmers and farmer mentality and that kind of thing. Not to overgeneralize, but that's it's an amazing part of the country, and you have people with amazing root values and that kind of stuff. When you get to the coast, you have a very different culture, different attitudes. You have different needs and attitudes, whether you're in a coastal area or an interior area or whatever. So regional considerations, understanding some of those things when you start to target. And it can be as broad as you want to go make sure you're going to English-speaking communities, whether that means the U.S. and other English-speaking countries or whatever. So regional variables are going to play a part in it. You need to kind of look at that and get a feel for that, where you're going to do your target marketing and make your marketing investments. Seasonal consideration, that's another one. If you have a product that's strictly seasonal, then you're going to market to that seasonal trade and within that, the confines of that idea. There are some products that you can't market effectively year-round because they're so seasonally oriented. This is one of the reasons that I tend to go into more of a general market where it's all digital products, that kind of thing. We'll talk more about that later. Income range, of course, that goes back to demographics. What is the general population income range, and what's the income range of the people you're looking at? Again, that's a variable according to the product you're representing. Universal appeal. The broader the appeal you have, the better. I mean, if you have a product that everybody wants, if you're selling fountain pens, everybody needs a pen. If you're selling, there are certain things that everybody needs and will use on a regular basis. So in whatever your niche you're in, it doesn't hurt to look at what even within that niche is going to identify a product that's going to have such a broad appeal. And so if you know that that's your target marketing, again, that's going to change where you market, where you can market, where it may be a little less specific than some products that really have to be a very narrow niche type marketing effort. So it changes the attitude or the dimensions of how the dynamics of how you market. Universal understanding of sales psychology. People get into a certain mode where they get enough knowledge where you can kind of you can provide for them information that they need. Part of the sales psychology is people don't like to be sold to. If you're all about just selling but not providing it the extra value, it becomes kind of a problem. So understanding the psychology, when people are receiving stuff from you that is credible and it's entertaining or it's educational, it's good sound content, and you create an atmosphere in which they come and buy as opposed to you selling. It's called selling without selling. You create that atmosphere, and you understand that the psychology of that. Now, for example, if you're in a particular niche market like sportsmen or something where people get passionate about their hobbies and that kind of thing, again, the psychology is going to be slightly different there in how you recognize the end results that people are looking for. Okay? Hope all this is making sense. Again, these are generalities, but I want to give you that overview of what things to consider. Consumable requirements. There's some products that people are going to replace every month, and so you can put them on a subscription model. Subscriptions being one of the greatest megatrends right now is subscriptions. And if you've got a product that will fit into a subscription model for automatic monthly auto pay and that kind of thing, phenomenal. That's a huge deal. And so when you get into the area of choosing your specific product, you want to make sure you're talking to reliable sources and not places that you're going to reach a dead end if that company changes or drops a product line or just can't meet the scaling of your business when you really get successful or whatever. So the consumable requirements is something you're going to buy. People are going to buy one time and that's it or whatever. So just keep those things in mind. Again, you'll see here some links. The 4% Challenge is a program that addresses all of these issues for you and helps you understand where to place your advertising, how to target marketing, and most of all, how to actually create the multi-million-dollar success blueprint and help you step by step, each and every step you need to create a blueprint that will succeed. And all you've got to do is make some choices as to the niche, market niche that you're in and that you choose to pursue. Ultimately, you'll have control. This isn't a done-for-you, automatic, overnight success kind of a thing. You invest some time, you invest your efforts to learn how to do it on your own, and you become independent and powerful, and that's where, as opposed to the 96% of people that fail, you'll be in the 4% that make it and can make it big. So if you're looking for that six-figure plus income, you need a blueprint, you need an understanding of the market, and this should help you out a little bit. I hope so. So anyway, I'm probably going a little bit long on this video. I wanted to keep it around 10 minutes. So with that, look to the next video, and I'll see you in that video. Thank you. God bless. Take care.